Let's talk about a few other issues. You and I spoke last week about Trump signalling this softer approach in Minneapolis. That has now happened. They've pulled back around 700 ICE agents. Is that right?
They have. That was announced earlier today. And of course, those in Minneapolis say it's not good enough, that there's around 3,000 agents there at the moment and they want them all gone. From the Trump perspective, he spoke about this in an interview that he did with NBC. Now, this is an interview that will be played in full on Super Bowl Sunday, which is coming up this weekend. So they've just released some excerpts from it. But he's essentially said that he's open to a softer approach. We know that there's members of his administration that want the hardest line possible, including Stephen Miller. But I think they're starting to see that the patience is waning, and even many people who support this kind of immigration crackdown are just becoming a bit disenfranchised with the process being taken. And the other concession that we've seen is they're now going to be putting body cameras on all of these agents as well. That's not a requirement for federal agents, but it's becoming an increasing concern as you see these activities. And I know we've seen this over the years with police officers never wanted body cameras, and then most of them are really happy to wear it now because more often than not it actually protects them. So there have been some concessions, but the final straw that Trump brought up and that they keep bringing up is they want the people who are currently being held in prisons, and there's still no concession on that. And so this will drag on for longer. They're certainly not giving up yet, even if there was a bit of a back down from the Trump side.
Yeah, they're not giving up on it, absolutely, because I think in pockets there is a political benefit to it. In Minneapolis, I think that became a little bit counterproductive for them. If I could shift again, though, let's talk about critical minerals. This agreement has been signed in DC today, and this is something that Australians will be very interested in, given the critical minerals we have here.
Absolutely, and this was a big part we saw of the official visit when Anthony Albanese came and met with the Trump administration. This is our big in with the US at the moment. Apart from our strategic relationship, this is the big thing we have to sell when we're talking about trade. And it's also notable today that we saw Donald Trump posting on Truth Social about his phone call with Xi Jinping. This is the other thing to remember with all this talk of critical minerals. About 80% of the world's critical minerals are processed in China. So it doesn't matter what we dig up, it needs to be processed somewhere to make it valuable. And there's, of course, part of the agreement with Australia and the US to have increased production, increased processing in both Australia and the US, but that takes time. And so that's obviously been a very strong feature of these discussions, because Trump knows at the end of the day you do need to get that part on side with the Chinese.